It's a Rachael thing.
What's happening?
You did this. Yeah, you shouldn't have done this. This is a bad idea.
You should start a podcast called It's a Rachael Thing.
And it has 0 listeners.
I'm going to get a question now. Right, so what I've got here, so let's get this right. Titan Comics, 12th Doctor, ongoing, 9th Doctor miniseries.
Oh no, I did a little bit on that.
Okay, 10th Doctor ongoing.
A little bit of that.
Okay, we also had Star Trek stuff. For
a lot of that.
Yeah. Star Trek meets Planet of the Apes. Mm-hmm. How's that work?
Really interestingly, and you should buy it straight away to find out how it works. No, that was a really great project. So it was like classic Trek and original Planet of the Apes, so not like Tim Burton or anything. So yeah.
Are the apes on a spaceship?
Have you not seen Planet of the Apes?
Not with Star Trek.
Oh, I see. No. So in Trek, when they'd like beam down to Planet of the Week or whatever, it's Planet of the Apes is Planet of the Week.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, I could have probably figured that one out.
They got Star Trek Green Lantern coming up as well.
You do get Charlton Heston on the Enterprise as well, which is pretty interesting because you run around in a little loincloth.
How's that meant to encourage me?
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, what? I wouldn't read that. Goes and buys it off Amazon straight away. I was going to let you take it.
When I got asked to pitch, because I do the backup comics for the 10th Doctor series, when I got asked to pitch for that, I was really nervous. What's going on behind me?
It's the rabbit and David.
Wow, crossover from hell. I was super nervous because it was Titan and I'd never worked with anyone as big as that. To be honest, pitching and waiting for the approval of them frightens me a bit more than the fans. I don't tend to go out of my way to read what the fans.
That's probably very wise.
Are saying. I know that some people were saying I draw his hair a bit too long. That's about all I've really.
As far as you've got no more.
As someone who's drawn David Tennant, his hair changes between shots.
Yes.
Yeah. So someone was like, "Which hairstyle are you going to do?" And I was like, "You just draw any hairstyle. It's going to be in one of them."
I just do with the big.
Yeah.
Just don't give him an afro.
No.
you will get theirs.
So no, I'm a lot more relaxed than I used to be. I think is my answer.
Oh right. I have to I always say to people, I'm before I did anything that was sort of, the only stuff I've ever done is licensed stuff to do with TV shows and movies and things. But people always go, oh, you have to be really careful because if you draw a gun slightly wrong, you'll get angry emails and death threats and stuff. And all I've had is wall-to-wall really nice people. So every single really hardcore Trekkie I've met has been so lovely, and the Whovians are really nice and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I know. But that might just be because I don't go on the message boards or anything. I might do that and then just be like, oh, they hate me actually, and they're just really polite to my face.
Is there any other sort of well-known sort of licensed properties that you'd love to sort of work on?
On the page?
TV and movies or the comic books?
Oh, whatever.
Oh, because I really want to work on Fantastic Four. That's always my dream project, but it doesn't exist at the minute, which is unfortunate. But
I'd love to write a story and draw for Adventure Time. I think it would really suit my style.
Really
Adventure Time freaks me the hell out. I think it's my age. I just can't. My 4-year-old loves it, and I'm like, she don't even know what's going on. She doesn't care.
So even if I did Adventure Time, that would still upset you.
Everything you do hurts me.
But yeah, I think Adventure Time would be really nice. I'd basically like to illustrate anything that Ryan North would write as well. I'm a big fan of Ryan North.
That's not really answering your question.
Do you prefer doing licensed stuff or your own stuff?
My own stuff. But I've really, the Doctor Who gig's been really good fun. And it's the first time I've drawn someone else's character for money anyway. A licensed thing. So I'd be open to more of it. But I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing my own stories because that's what I love. That's why I'm in the biz.
So,
It's a tableau.
suddenly it was like the end of a cop show. Like, hey!
Cue bongos.
God, I've been doing this for too long. So obviously you both got Doctor Who. My question is the question you ask every Doctor Who fan. Who's your favourite Doctor?
David Tennant?
No.
There's no shame.
No, I'm gonna get things thrown at me. I hadn't watched Doctor Who when I got asked to pitch for the comic.
Yes.
Stone throw.
Someone could hold the door open.
Well, I got told that I could pick whatever Doctor I wanted, so I was just like, I have no idea. So I binge watched like loads of it. And like I was living with my friend Hannah at the time, and she would go to work and I'd be watching Doctor Who, and then she'd come back home from work
And you're like,
still
it's
be watching
research.
Doctor Who. And she'd be like, "This is your job now, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah." But
Did you genuinely grow to like it, or did you?
Yeah, luckily, I really I like the kind of warmth in it, and I like the. He's just a great kind of superhero, I guess. I grew to really like him. I think David Tennant was my favourite Doctor because of the dynamic between him and Rose. Was kind of my favourite, and I was kind of aware I should pick a kind of modern one as well because they were the comics that they were making at the time. So.
Okay, right. That's what you said. I thought you were saying David Tennant wasn't modern. I was like, what?
No. Yeah, I was aware I should pick a modern
He's
one.
so like 5 years ago.
And for you?
Peter Capaldi, weirdly enough. So when they hired me to draw the comic book, I was like, oh my god, it's my favourite Doctor as well that I get to work on. And when I got home, my sister was like, what would you have done if they told you to draw Matt Smith? And it's like, Matt Smith's fine, I guess. I'll draw him.
But I drew him to look like Peter Capaldi.
yeah, they're like, why has he got like grey hair? So we'll print it.
we asked Rachael about. Oh god. We asked Rachael about how she her path into comics. What was yours?
It was really weird actually. I was at London Super Comic Con, not this year but last year, so 2014, and that Doctor Who comic, the unofficial fan arty one I'd drawn, was my portfolio, and I couldn't get into any of the portfolio showings because they were all full up all day, and I'd got there like 2 hours early and couldn't get in, so I was just kind of like, forget about it. And I ended up showing my portfolio to Dan Slott, and whilst I was showing him,
How did you just end up doing?
because I was last in the queue, so normally I wouldn't put it in front of someone, but I was like, I'm last in the queue, do you mind just giving me, because I always like to get tips and stuff, because it's like I wouldn't want to go home and not to have anything to work on. Like there's always something to work on, but nothing like from a professional's point of view to go like your backgrounds or your faces, whatever. So I was like, I'll get some pointers. And as he was looking at it, Chris Rowell from IDW literally just walked over and was like, oh, what are you looking at? Grabbed it and was like, here's my card. And then a few weeks later, he emailed me and was like, how would you fancy drawing Star Trek? I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I like Star Trek. And then because they were being quite coy because it wasn't public, the project, they were just like, do you like drawing Charlton Heston? And I was like, a bit random, but okay. Yeah. I was like, I've never tried it, but I'll give it a shot. And did that. And then they were like, would you like to draw Star Trek Planet of the Apes? And and the covers. And I was like, yeah, okay. And that was it. It was. Pretty easy.
You just got up one morning and thought, I'm going to do comics.
By the end of the day.
There's nothing else going on, so might as well.
Is there anyone here who's had an easier route into comics? I'm going to go out on the limb and say no.
I have had probably about 10 years of going to conventions with my portfolio and going to portfolio reviews and things like this. It's just I hadn't really had anything published.
You could have kept that in.
No, yeah. I'd just been like, I just woke up and drew it and then went to the convention just... So, yeah.
I suppose it's like that story of Anthony Hopkins auditioned to RADA 7 times before he got in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you just think, then he got in, and it all took off. But there's that 7 years before, despondency and despair and
I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, oh, the one thing they tell you is you never get picked up on the convention floor. Like, that never happens. And this guy was like, you did though. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, apart from that, because that was weird. But yeah.
So what bit of advice would you give to someone who's like starting out and wanting to get something? Just from your experience, what would you... I mean, everyone's experience is different, and someone else's path is going to be yours. But if you could pass one thing on that was helpful to you, what would it be? Maybe even just in terms of professionalism or anything, I don't know.
Give out a lot of checks.
Keep it.
Hand a lot of money around. Just things
Start
happen.
here if you
Yeah.
Like someone who wants to get into comics. Well, yeah, just start making comics. I guess.
Yeah, like that's genuinely
I know,
that's
but
the
like-
weirdest thing is like, especially with the internet, like if you do it, someone will see it. So
You can just stick stuff up on Tumblr really easily, and like the only way to get good at it is to start doing it. So write a really simple story, do like a really small one at first, so it doesn't cost you very much to print. Do a really small print run, go to a local show, and just see how it does. I guess. A lot of people, me included, get sort of cut their teeth on autobio comics. So you draw a comic about something you did every day, and then you could put a week together and do a little zine of a week and take that to a show, or just start really small, but start soon, because I was too cowardly to start. I should have started earlier.
But the important thing was you did start.
Yes, it's important to start.
oh well, like
I don't think I have to keep looking at it.
I was like,
She says, so she goes like,
no, I was too busy listening to Rachael, so I was just like, oh, and then I forgot that I meant to say stuff too. But it's, I have to say, I did do illustration work for like British Gymnastics, so the fact that IDW were able to contact them and go, does she hit deadlines, can she take notes and stuff, was a massive thing. So they were like, yeah, she, hands the work in and stuff. So they were like, okay, so we know that she's not just we'll give her the pages and she'll disappear. So having something of experience behind you really, really helps. Like, even if you're not working for a publisher, so you're not getting a reference, if you can go, oh, it's been a year and I've produced this much content, like a load of content, so people go, oh, they obviously aren't doing like 3 pages a year and stuff, they're doing like a lot, and they're obviously passionate and enthusiastic and stuff. That really, that helps.
what? This is a personal question for me. I'll phrase it as carefully as I can.
How personal?
It's not inappropriate.
Or you can
Is it about clowns and cats?
Yeah.
Those kids like,
Why do you
what
wanna
babies can
Trust. How long have we been doing this together? Trust me.
Long enough to know that I need to ask you what you're going to ask.
No, it's all right. You can trust me. It's all right. It's crushed velvet.
I made the effort.
Wow. So, here's my question. What would I have to do? What would I have to do? See, I grew up, I would go so far as to say that Doctor Who has made me the man I am today.
An idiot. No, because they always say he's a madman or idiot box, so I was sort of saying he made you an idiot.
I'm trying to make it insulting clever.
I'm pretty good.
What would I have to do to get drawn in Doctor Who?
look more like a Dalek.
Just gotta sit back here.
No, I'm not saying, but the joke relied on no one knowing that.
Why have you sat down?
Because I got insulted left, right and centre.
I know, he said you didn't look like a Dalek, because you have to look more like one.
He looks more like something else that begins with D. David. See?
Nice save.
So, what, the future? Yeah, would you, I mean, do you want to be in comics forever?
Hopefully.
Yes.
Are you living the dream?
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
That's kind of right. I was like, yeah, it's nice, I like it.
Supposed to understand I'm living the dream.
This is like the first year that I've not had to have another job. So
Yeah, me too.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Oh, I was going to go,
you're
but
cooler than I
wait.
am. Let's do that.
Okay. We should
Really,
have just
you
gone
should
for
have done
it.
the whole lot of
Yeah.
panels today, and we shouldn't have done any of them, because you two have been far better.
I know.
We should just miss and then you slapped me and then I punched you.
Tell you what, let's try this. Let's try this. No, come on, Barry. So if you two get up, and so if you want to perch here, you can perch on
I'm
that
not
bit.
tall enough, I don't think.
Why don't you run the next few minutes?
So
Let's
tell
just
me,
see.
what's it like
Let's
having a
just-
car crash of a talk show?
You also spelt both of our names wrong.
Nice.
In answer to that question, I actually thought it was going pretty well into you. Now, however, I think as car crash shows go, I'm pretty happy about it.
I'm a pretty hardcore host, I'm not gonna lie. This is dead.
It's his, but I drink it.
You're actually supposed to ask questions, not just go through our stuff.
I mean, my theory here is you're both quite charismatic, you're both called Rachael. I'm seeing a future in something here. So this is kind of like...
It's a trial run.
So off you go, take it away.
Oh, there you go. I was just thinking it's like guess whose house this is, but it's like guess whose desk this is. Like who misspells our names?
I don't know what's going on.
Tell me your origin stories.
When we met, as a few people have heard this, when we met, it was at school, and because my name is Montieth, his is Nugent, so alphabetically he comes right after me, so they sat us together on the first day. I had no choice. And he absolutely hated me.
True story.
True story, because he said I smiled too much. He hates...
What an awful reason. He hates me.
Right, I've been saying this for like 20 years. Right?
And you spend the next hour with him, and I guarantee you'll come and go, right.
All I could think was that was you trying to assert yourself as like a badass. Like you don't know this person, you're like, you smell too much. You're just like, ooh.
Yeah. Why is everyone picking away? I've got a jacket on and everything. I'm,
this is good stuff.
I feel like me and Rachael should talk about like what we're doing now, like, what our next project.
What is it? What are your next project?
My next project is a webcomic, and it's called Bess, and it will launch in November, on November 3rd, and you can see a little glimpse of it. There's a little holding page on Bess Comic, so BESS comic.tumblr.com.
And who's Bess?
She's a fox who can shapeshift, and the comic is about feminism and Japanese mythological creatures, and it's set in a supermarket in Hull.
Of course. Of course.
Actually, I had to do something to do with, it wasn't for Doctor Who, it was for like an independent thing, to do with Mayan mythology. So did you find a pressure to make it really accurate? Like to
researched a lot.
Yeah, because I was so
Japanese
worried about it, even though Mayans aren't around anymore, to be like, you did it wrong.
Yeah.
You're still a bit like, I was still a bit like, it felt a bit like I wasn't quite qualified to do it. So did you...
Mayan fan base.
Yeah, the Mayan fan base is up on Tumblr, like, what a... So yeah.
I'm a little bit worried, but I'm
not trying to make you worried, like, I wasn't worried, but
so can we just have a show of hands? Who would like to see these two do their own chapter?
It's just evolved into us chatting to each other like, just these tenders, oh my god.
So what's your next project?
Well, I'm on 12th Doctor now for like the first arc at least. So yeah, and that'll be coming out like December, January time. Yeah, and I've done some of the. I coloured one of the covers, which I never colour. So if you see a cover and you go, Jesus, that's it. That's the one.
How much before you actually start a project? How much research time is there in the average project?
I do have to watch quite a bit Doctor Who, and life is hard, and I struggle, but I get through it.
But your mythological stuff, Mayan stuff, and so on. How much time have you spent goes into that research?
A couple of months. I usually decide what I'm doing for about a month, and then I just randomly decide when I'm going to start it, and then I'm trapped, and then I have to do it. So yeah, I set myself deadlines that trap me into doing things.
Well, I've been pretty lucky so far because everything's been sort of on a planet that doesn't exist or in space and all this kind of stuff. We're on the Enterprise. Although withdrawing the J.J. Abrams Enterprise was horrendous because the whole bridge is just like different levels and it's curved, and so you try and use perspective and all of a sudden you're doing circles in perspective, and it was the most horrendous thing ever. But fun. Once you did it, it was quite satisfying if you nailed it, but I didn't, so it wasn't fun.
Do you know what I hate about the J.J. Abrams bridge? No one's got a chair. You've got these poor people working, maybe an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-hour day? No one's got a freaking chair. What kind of work conditions is that? That's ridiculous.
They do have chairs though. I didn't want to correct you, but yeah. They've got really nice little leather red...
There was a guy, and he basically, he was standing there the whole time.
With the thing in his head?
No.
The ball guy?
No. Anyway.
Yeah, I think think we're at that time.
We're at that time. So, join me in saying thank you to Rachael and Rachael.
Come over desk back, please.